second period of summer school. It's the two guys that brought you the Velcro Pygmies. It's drive time with DJ and KJ.
Good morning, Wednesday, hump day, the best day of your life. Welcome to Drive Time, brought to you by Jim Peach Motors and Peach Chevrolet. Good morning, Raj. Jordan Rowland's in. Hot Rod, good morning to you. Tracy Miller's in. Good morning, Daniel Smith. Good morning, sir. Mary Blair, Kristen Kennedy. Booker's in. Good morning, Booker. Amanda O'Gwen. Good morning. Timmy Wiggins, Mary Blair, Nick Green, Heather Godwin. Good morning. Heath Jackson. Good morning. Coach Snodaker's in. Good morning, Coach. Rhett Joyner, Lee Jordan, Miss Sandra Neely. Good morning to you. Jenny Carter. Good morning. Sherry Weaver. Good morning. Miss Gail Kurtz is in. Good morning, Miss Gail. Coach Tiepo's in. Fuquay's in. MC's in. Good morning. Tracy Steele. Good morning. Darlene Mulder. Good morning to you. Aaron Brown, Zandria Robinson. Good morning. Ronald Kirkland. Good morning, sir. JP the coach. Good morning. Summy's in. Good morning, Summy. Good morning, Ken Wood. And good morning, Miss James.
Morning, DJ. We get started a little later than usual, but how many times we said we're an ish company? So
Ish company, man. We're right on time.
That's just how it works. Just how it goes. So it'll be fine. But anyway, what's going on with you this morning?
Just glad to be here. Love Hump Day.
Best day. What do you say?
Best day of your life.
Best day of your life.
Coach Sasser taught me that.
Had a good show last night, I thought.
That was fun.
Camp
Coach's
31.
show there at Camp 31. Coach Williams and Coach Etheridge. It was always love seeing those guys kind of start off the week. They're good folks. I enjoy my time with them.
Tell you what, a bunch of people jumping in here too. Zandria Robinson, good morning to you. Brandon Hammock, Carmen Riles, Ronald Kirkland. Good morning, Ronald. John Pierce. Let's see here. Wayne Coven. There's Ashley Morris, Heather Sims, Darlene Mulder, Nick Etheridge. Good morning. Marie, did you miss it? Did you miss what? You know what? We got to get the. I meant to do that. I meant to give them to you Monday. I forgot. We got to get the picks tallied and put up today.
Yeah,
the new leaderboard and the new game.
I'll do it tonight.
Yeah, so
not
we
a
need
problem.
to get that going on. Good morning, Emily.
Tuesday's a bad day for us.
It is.
There's just
it's just so much going on.
It's not going to happen. Wednesday will work out fine.
Yeah,
It'll be good.
It is. So, anyway, other than that, just another Tuesday night in the Dirty 30, if you want to call it that. So, I don't know if you know this or not, but like, there's several like local haunted houses going on around us, and I've been talking to some folks, and we've been thinking about getting a crew together and going and checking out some of the local haunted houses. What are you? What are you in on that trip? Or
let me know how it goes.
I told them you wouldn't be in on it, and they didn't.
Not a chance.
Well, they didn't believe me.
No interest.
I told them you was going to say that.
No interest.
I said, well, you got to at least ask. I said, well, I'm going to ask. I said, I'll see if he'll go. They said, well, he was going to go Bigfoot hunting. I said, no. I said, that's what people said he was going to do.
Yeah.
He never said he was going Bigfoot hunting. So, at any rate, we was talking about this before we went on earlier. How about Amazon.com jumping out there and raising their minimum wage starting to $15 an hour? What's your thoughts on that?
I didn't know. Number one, that's a nice entry level wage anywhere. But I did not know, and I guess I missed the memo that they were building a new facility in Baldwin County.
Oh yeah,
and I guess that's under construction now.
I don't know if it's under construction. I know that they picked Baldwin County, and I know they picked a site, if I'm not badly mistaken. So good morning, PGP,
and that's going to employ how many people?
A bunch. I mean, I've heard a number, but I hate to quote it without knowing for sure.
Yeah.
But it's a lot. Let's just say that.
$15 an hour.
Yeah. Starting out.
Entry level.
Entry level. I'm going to tell you something. That tells you that they, good morning, Big Kenny.
Good morning, Big Kenny.
That tells you that they're making a lot of money if they can pay that many employees, that kind of, you know what I'm saying? Which, I mean, hey, don't get me wrong. What do they say that guy's worth? The guy that owns Amazon? $164 billion. Is that
I can't.
Is that like, what was Bill Gates worth at one time, the most he was ever worth?
I don't know.
I don't even think it was close to that, was it?
I don't know.
Hold on, let's just take a look at that.
I can't fathom that.
I mean, that's just too many commas and zeros, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's see. Hold on. Well, Bill Gates is worth $98.2 billion right now.
I'm just trying to
Jeff Bezos, which is Amazon.com, is worth $166.3 billion.
And I'm trying to figure out what cut of potted meat I'm going to have for supper tonight.
Winning.
Man, do you hear that? Listen to some of these people. Okay, Zuckerberg, Facebook, which a lot of you are watching us on, $60.7 billion.
All these are with the B.
B.
Yeah. Warren
Buffett, $88.8 billion. What is it? Yeah, that was it. I mean, that's just stupid, isn't it? I mean, at what point is enough? I don't know who some of these other people. I know Elon Musk, $21.1 billion. I mean, I'd say that's a lot of money.
I'm not throwing shade at them. I'm not. I promise you I'm not. That's not my point here. But when you reeled off 4 or 5 names there, and you reeled off, the money that they've amassed during their working lifetime, and then I go back to the show that we had yesterday, and we have kids who don't have a place to live. That just, I mean, I don't know. It seems like we should not have the problems that we have. Well, not just here. I mean,
no, I don't.
I'm not throwing shade on those guys or those people, but I didn't mean to get off on that. Yesterday's program, I enjoyed that. It was different than what we have normally done here.
Oh yeah, sure.
But it was hard to listen to some of it. It was certainly informative. I think some good information got out there. There's already been some dialogue, I think, going on here in the county, which doesn't surprise me. Obviously, that problem is not going to be fixed today, but I think it's reasonable to expect some conversations are being had and will be had in the near future that'll hopefully address it. But when that kind of money's out there and you got children who don't have a place to live or food to eat, that is bothersome to me.
Well, I mean, think of it like this. Of course, everybody makes their own, and let's be honest, we can all sit here and say what we would do with this, what we'd do that was enough. But listen, if you got liquid, $100+ million liquid cash money, then I don't know how you could be hurt by sloughing off the other 40 or 50 million billion above that. I mean, let's be honest. You put $100 billion in the bank, you live off the interest. You and your great grandchildren
sure.
live off the interest for that the rest of their lives. I don't see what it would hurt. For them to say, look, let's make sure. But here's one of the, and I ain't certainly not saying this in a political, I'm not coming from a political thing. My big problem's always been, we had that program like we had yesterday. We hear the problems we have here locally in our area, but yet we still want to solve homeless and hunger crisis in other countries when we have those crises right here. That we need to be working on.
I don't have a complete understanding of all the politics that go in with it as well, but that has always been bothersome to me of how so much aid, in my personal opinion, leaves this country to address other problems. Those problems are important also. I'm not saying that, but if you haven't taken care of your backyard yet, I don't know how you expand out past that.
I don't either. It's again, I'm not, get away from the politics side of it. I don't care about that. I mean, I'm just talking about taking care of children and that kind of thing. But I tell you what, it is just kind of crazy to think that, like you said, and it does put it in perspective. I mean, think about it. It puts all this in perspective to think that, and listen, a lot of those people may be doing great things with their fortune. I'm not saying that.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah, sure.
I know Bill Gates and his wife. I think they do a lot of things, for stuff. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying we need to clean up our backyard.
Yeah.
Before we start helping others clean up theirs. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And, so, I mean, it's one of those things. Good morning, Steve Layton, Chef Adam, Aaron Brown, Holly Hart Shirley. Good morning, Holly. Michael Feely, Sonia Emmons, Connie B. Good morning, Connie. Raj is in this morning. Good morning, Raj. Greg Dawkins, Diana McCracken. Good morning, neighbor. Miss Geraldine Ewan. Good morning, Miss Geraldine. Donald Thompson, Megan Nichols. Good morning. And that is, I enjoyed that show yesterday as well, and I agree, Naomi. It is sad. It's very sad, but I'll tell you, it's the fact of that we have the people that are heading this thing up and that care and working to try to make a difference. I think it's going to make a difference.
We've had a lot of great guests come in and be a part of this program, and a lot of worthwhile ventures have come out of it, and we certainly have enjoyed and will continue to enjoy promoting everything that goes on in our area. But I think we ought to make it a point to have DHR back every so often, whether it's once a quarter or whatever it is, just to keep some of those issues at the forefront. I think that's a conversation that doesn't need to end until those problems go away. And I think that we ought to make it a point, you and I, to, as time goes on, just to get them back in here and see where we're at. The progress being made on the Philadelphia place, the number of foster cases out there, and I don't know. I think we ought to do that.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt. I mean, we definitely need to have them back in here and, tell us what's going on and see if what we can do to help keep that thing, keep it out there and keep it in front of people.
Yeah.
Good morning, Micah Graydon. Another 87.
There she is. Girls of 87.
Girls of 87. Larry Murphy. Good morning. Abby Roberts. Tim Ward. Good morning, Tim. Hunter Harp. Marshall Bracken. TD Perry. Coach Shell. Good morning, Coach Shell.
Morning, Coach.
Amanda Gwynn says she was taking 3 meds for depression when she worked a day. I don't know how to deal with it, really, honestly. That would be tough. I mean, it really would.
Did you see, speaking of Coach Shell being in, did you see Reddit and AJ meet last night for the first time?
I didn't see it. I guess
They met. Reddit invited AJ back to his booth.
Really?
He had his own booth, and they sat out, and it was...
You didn't take 2 mics or headsets over there and give to them and tell them to have at it?
We're good. That's coming.
We got to do that.
Oh, that's coming. That's coming. But that was...
we have to do that.
Those two personalities getting together is exactly like I thought it would be.
Yeah. Yeah.
A handshake and a hug, by the way.
Wow. We got to do that. That we have to do that. So, good morning, Jesse Rigby, Ryan McGraw, Brian Williamson. But I'll tell you one thing, we was talking about kids and things and all the big things going on. You do take for granted a lot of things when you see things every day, and you see, you kind of get in your own little comfort area, and you don't tend to look left or look right. You just kind of, see everything. But, just to know that, just like they were talking about how much money that people have already helped them with and things they've helped them with, that kind of thing. That's big, right? I mean, I just think our county is always, and our area has always stepped up and done that when they needed to.
Well, there's one thing that I do know, and you can bet the farm on this, is this community is going to rally. There's no, they're just going to do it. They've done it, time and time again, throughout our lifetimes, and will continue to do so.
Right.
Like we said, these problems aren't going to be fixed today, but when awareness is created and you get people with a caring heart conversating and bouncing ideas off each other, burdens can be lessened, and I think it will be in this case also.
Good morning, Cobb and Rob. Jefferson Martin. We're going to get the picks out today, Naomi, or this evening sometime, hopefully, and be able to get them out to everybody. Speaking of picks, your top 5 has been completely lambasted. I mean, I thought it was fair. I thought it was solid. I thought it met all the criteria for what a top 5 should be. And listen, I felt so good about it that I want to do this. I want to hear, let's round out the top 10. Let's fill out 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 for everybody, since everybody loved the top 5 so much. Are you good with that, rounding out the top 10?
Yeah, I mean, as best I can. 6, I think you'd probably have to put LSU. Even though they beat Auburn, I've got them just a tad behind Auburn because of Auburn's effort, given the
3-hour rain delay. Yeah.
I mean, on homecoming to boot, uses so many distractions. And for Coach Gus Malzahn to have his team focused and able to beat a very, very good team from the state of Mississippi like they did, that's why I'd have them in front of LSU at the moment. That's subject to change. I have no problem dropping Auburn if they don't perform. I've done it in the past. LSU is 6.
You see what Book said?
I'm not going to be biased. I'm going to be fair. 7. I would probably have Oklahoma. I think that they've done enough. Their body of work, I think, speaks for itself. I feel very comfortable having them at 7. I sat here 2 weeks ago and identified a team that I haven't been completely fair with, and a lot of it was jealousy. And I was going to open up my heart and my mind to give them consideration, and I'm going to put Kentucky at 8. I feel very good having Kentucky at 8. Penn State, who I had at 5 last week, lost a 1-point contest to Ohio State. So I don't see how they can slide any further than number 9. So I think that's fair to have them at 9. And number 10, I'm going to put, I would probably put the Florida Gators at 10. The big win, Dan Mullen going back to Starkville, playing Mississippi State with all the cowbells and the hoopla surrounding that game and going and getting it done on the road.
So you putting the Gators in at number 10?
I am this week, but my poll's fluid. I'm a fair person. And if you're 1 this week and you don't get it done, I'll drop you all the way out.
Raj won't know where your tree's limp yet.
But anyway.
He's got socks for that, Raj.
That's where I'm at. But there's, like I said, it's subject to change. There's a lot of football left.
Do you
a lot of football?
Do you think the criticism is warranted over the top 5 that you have received on certain pages?
Well, if there's one thing that I've come to understand, no matter what your endeavor may be, it's going to be met with criticism from some circles, from some sectors, and I'm certainly understand that. Like I said, I can't help it that I'm the only one that completely understands how this thing works, and it's the only poll I care about. As long as we're going to have as long as we're going to trivialize college football and we refuse to crown our champion on the field, I'm going to have my poll. I'm going to stick to it. So yeah, I welcome the criticism, and I understand it.
Well, I say this. Anyone that can't be happy with a top 5 that includes, 2 SEC teams? I mean, Georgia and Auburn?
Let me ask you this. I would ask the board this, although we can't. They can type in their response. Do you think the SEC is the best conference in college football?
Absolutely.
I agree with you. Who's the reigning SEC champion?
Georgia.
I.e., they're the best team in the best conference.
Yeah.
Until proven otherwise.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know what else needs to be said.
That pretty much sums it up. Is that what you're...
Now, do you want me to do a top 5 most popular team in college football? If that's what I thought I don't know what we're looking for here, but if you want to generate the most money, we can do that.
I thought we were basing this solely off of...
I'm going off what my eyes have seen.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of tape. I stay up all night, Saturday night, watching games, reviewing tapes, watching cut-ups. I see the insides of what's going on out there. I certainly take into consideration the opponent, the surrounding circumstances, whether it's a 3-hour rain delay, whatever the case may be. But, no, it's fair. It's certainly fair.
Is it me, or does it seem like the AC is not working in this place?
It seemed a little warm in here today.
Yeah,
it's getting hotter.
It is. I'm telling you,
in more ways than one.
Yeah, I mean, it's heating up. That's for sure. No doubt. Look, let's do this. We don't ever do this, and you're talking about popular. So let's just do this. Let's talk about what seems to be the most popular team to jump on the fence and on the bandwagon with, jump off the fence and on the bandwagon with.
Okay.
And that'd be the team in T-Town.
Yeah.
And
I was on record. I said they got a nice little football team.
Yeah.
Haven't played anybody yet of substance, but they've got a nice little team.
I'm just, here's the question I have about that. Okay. If, when you play basically, what's the toughest games on the schedule this year for them? Southern Normal.
Frisco City at Frisco City was a tough game.
Yeah,
I gave them credit for that win.
Right.
The Whippets, everybody knows the Whippets, they come to play.
Yeah. The Cyclones, they were ready to go.
Yeah.
I don't really know why people have such a hard feelings against what we, consider to be the top five, or you consider to be the top five.
It's just a poll.
It's just a poll. That's Tracy Steele said that Hurts and Tua are bad. I guess that's what, Good morning, Chevy Ann. Thomas Safor, good morning to you. Ron Kennedy. I'll tell you what, man. Seeing Ron up at the fishbowl the other night, that was something to walk
Unexpected.
in there. Yeah, it was.
He was coming through town on business. Always good to see him.
Yeah, really was.
Enjoyed the visit.
Good morning, sister. Whitney's enjoying that 40th birthday she had yesterday.
I hope she had a good day.
I'm joking. She's not 40. Not yet. But she will be before long. Let me just say that. Bill Kelly, good morning. Lori Duke Woodard, good morning, Lori. Oh, boy. Who's won the most SEC championships? Well,
on the field?
Let's see. Made up or said they were or for real?
Georgia won the most recent one. They're the reigning SEC. They won it on the field. They're the reigning SEC champions in men's football.
Didn't Auburn beat that team from Tuscaloosa last year?
Like a drum.
That's what I remembered too. So, it's kind of like this. They won. Well, they got handed. The UCF should have been the Natty champion.
They are. They got a trophy.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying we recognize them as that.
Yeah.
Some other folks recognize the, T-Town for that. And I'm here to tell you that, it's kind of like Hillcrest last year. They were the state champs, beat by the only team, which was T.R. Miller.
Mm-hmm.
How does that work for you? But I know they don't put an asterisk up there in the but I guess that if they put the schedule up on the in the museum for the national championship, it'll have that big L next to that Auburn game, right?
It should.
Yeah. So we're gonna. I can't believe more people ain't blasting us already. Typically, we'd be getting run out of right by now. Sarju's not in. I hadn't seen Sarju or Lisa. And they tend, Raj give it back to us as well. But I typically Sarju and Elisa lead the way on that deal.
There's some big games here this weekend
in town around our area.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, they are.
On Friday night, it's going to be as big as we've had up there in quite some time.
Yeah, Mobile Christian, T.R. Miller Friday night. Who does Flumenton play Friday night?
I'm not sure who Flumenton has Friday.
I'm gonna tell you something. It's getting hotter in this place. I don't know. It is. We got to make a call after we leave here.
Crank that window unit up.
Yeah, something. I'm gonna tell you because it's not hot outside this morning, so it shouldn't be hot like this. Yeah. Oh, that's
Bayside.
right.
Thank you, Jennifer. Bayside. That'll be a good game.
Oh yeah. Where at? I wonder where they're playing that at.
If Flumenton wins that game, then Flumenton punches their ticket for the playoffs, and that would in turn put Miller in as well.
That's right.
So we're going to pull for Flumenton anyway, but especially this week.
Flumenton's playing at home too.
Oh, Flumenton can punch their ticket and get Tara Miller's ticket punched as well.
Flumenton playing good football right now.
Oh, they're good. I told you before the season started, watch out for the Flumenton Hurricanes. Them and T.R. Miller in week 9 could really be something.
Look at Raj. I will tell you something, man. Week 9, that's the week before the Battle of Murder Creek. I'd say that's a tough. That's going to be I mean, this stretch right here for Miller is kind of tough, but that's going to be going. Who after Mobile Christian does Miller have?
Thomasville,
homecoming, and for homecoming, and then
they go to Montgomery.
That's right.
They play one of the private schools. I'm not sure which one it is.
What has Thomasville done this year? Well, they
lost their quarterback in week 1, which was a pretty tough loss for them, but they're good. They've got like 18 returning seniors. They'll be formidable.
I did see that, Whitney.
Mobile Christian beat them pretty good last week, but Thomasville's good.
Did Mobile Christian put it on them, or
I think it's like 21-7, maybe.
Okay. What? Give us a. I know last night in talking to Coach Etheridge, y'all talked about it a little bit, but give us a kind of a outlook on Mobile Christian or a
they're
4-1. Report.
They're 4-1. The only game they've lost was the UMS, and of course everybody that's played UMS has lost and lost bad. The best player on the field for either team will be on Mobile Christian's side. It'll be the Pollinet's kid. He's got track speed that translates to the football field. There's a lot of fast guys who can put on the uniform and not be as fast. He can. He scored either 2 or 3 touchdowns against us last year. Scored a couple of touchdowns the year before. He's a problem. Tigger Miller will have to know where he's at all times. And I imagine he'll take some snaps in the Wildcat. He generally plays in the slot. Of course, we don't want to kick it to him. And we've been very good in the kicking game in terms of directional kicking. So I think that'll play to our advantage. But it'll be a good game. After watching Tigger Miller at Hillcrest, I'm certainly not one that's going to crown Mobile Christian. But if you were going to pick a favorite, Mobile Christian is probably a prohibitive favorite in the game. Monty Cottrell,
yeah, I mean,
Coach Miller alum,
Coach Cottrell
coming back to town. It'll be good. There needs to be a big crowd up there Friday.
Changing gears on you just for a second. We was talking about this earlier before the show. I'm not certainly and not trying to spark up the rumor mill because I don't know what the answer to this question is, but we were talking about what we've been hearing about the downtown area and the I guess what would you call it, the revitalizing efforts or what have you, that kind of thing. And what a great thing. You mentioned it kind of right before we went live, how big that would be to have all that activity downtown and what that could mean for places like the Old Willie's building and Camp 31 and places like that. I mean, it would be a big thing, and I know Connie, if she's still in here, Connie might could help us more with this. But I understand there's some efforts underway to try to revitalize that whole downtown area. I mean, I'm gonna tell you something. At night, that place is beautiful to ride through with all the lights and everything the way it is. It'd be awesome to see that whole downtown strip lit up with businesses or what have you. And I know that's a tall order in a area the size of Bruton and East Bruton, that kind of thing. But if they're talking about doing what they're gonna, if they do what they're talking about they're gonna do, I think that it'd be awesome.
I think anytime you have resources, you try to identify and implement what would be the best single use for your resources, especially in a rural area where they're somewhat limited. If those plans come to fruition, I think that would be the best single use of that downtown area. I don't see another route to take that would pay off like that could if it comes to fruition.
No. Kay Luttrell got a great question. Whatever happened to Joel's opening? Do we know the answer to that question? I mean, I know.
There was a thread going around at different times.
I've seen a few
somebody
times.
was kind of speaking from an authoritative stance on Joel's behalf, whoever Joel is. But I think, the end of that deal was that it was a no-go, that they had, I don't know all the specifics on it.
Well, I remember, Chef Adam was working for, I guess, the owners or of what that was going to be. I think he was working for maybe in Florida somewhere. And I think that he may have been on a thread or maybe Stephanie, one of them. I can't remember. but seems like they said that the guy just pulled the plug.
Yeah.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I think he spent a running ton of money in that place. Didn't he fix all the problems that were problematic about that building?
That's what you heard.
Yeah, right. I mean, I'm talking about the sewage, problems, the several other things that were problems in there. I heard that he'd spent a lot of money, and somebody did, some people did, what have you, and they spent a lot of money in there and fixed a lot of those problems. How about that right there, Raj? First Exchange Bank is now 22nd State Bank. I didn't know that. What does that mean? 22nd State Bank. Are we the 22nd state?
I don't know. I'm just seeing, since it says first, maybe he's re-ranking them. I don't know. I suppose.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Oh, here we go. Chef Adam. He decided restaurant business wasn't for him. He fixed plumbing. And see, all the plumbing and electrical has been fixed in that building.
I would think that would have been two of the bigger projects to undertake.
Oh, that's what I always heard, was that the plumbing was probably one of the biggest projects that to undertake. So, if somebody was looking to for a building that and I don't know what other work Chef Adam can tell us what other work they did inside, but I know one time there was a lot of, that bar and all that stuff, and it was a nice place.
I think Holly knows a little something about renovating older buildings.
Yes, they can.
Did you ever give them the go ahead to continue construction, or has that still been?
Oh, no. I think that I think they were given the all good, all clear to go on back to work if that's what they needed to do. So, good morning, Francis Finley, Carol Crosby, Tom James, Brandy Thorman, Josh Pugh. Good morning, Josh. Cindy Robinson, Patty Peach Whitworth. Good morning, Patty. But no, I think everything's back on track for that, is what I'm being told. So, that's just what I hear. So, anyhow, what's going on in the world of in the world of volleyball, other sports other than football? I know we talked a little bit last night about the Miller's volleyball team doing so well.
Yeah, Miller's obviously WS Neal, Flomaton, all our area schools. Volleyball's going on. It's probably mid-season for them as well. That is the girls' fall sport, so to speak.
Sure.
There's softball going on, baseball going on. If you want to play it, there's a game somewhere. Basketball, of course, getting kicked off also. So
Larry Murphy said it best. Old buildings. Man, I'll tell you, I don't doubt that a bit, Larry. I don't doubt that a bit. And that's one of the oldest in town right down there where Larry's at, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
But it's nice. Well, I tell you, I was noticing that in there last night, all that pipe work stuff that's, exposed and stuff. It's just that's a nice atmosphere. Good morning, Josh Stanley, Geneva Thiva.
Good morning, Josh.
In the house. But anyway, so yeah, like I said, if you want to find something, go watch. You can find it right now.
Oh yeah, every afternoon.
Yeah, you ain't got to look very hard. So are you? What is your weekend looking? I know you got the ball game Friday night, but what is your weekend looking like? I
hadn't really looked past that. I'm really excited about Friday. I'm as excited about Friday as I've been in a long time.
Speaking of Friday, we need to let everybody know. Tailgate party starts at 5-ish p.m. There in the right field,
south end zone,
right field area of the, behind the stadium there. I think Bobby Marshall's going to be boiling up peanuts and collards, and I think they're going to have sausage dogs and all kind of stuff. And so I think Hal Noble told me they were going to start serving about 6:00.
Bring your lawn chair.
Yeah.
Enjoy the fellowship and tailgating and getting ready for the
big game.
Yep.
Yeah. And Neil, they're playing at Monroe.
Neil's going to Monroe.
Yeah. Okay.
Be a good opportunity for Neil to get them one over there. Certainly hope they have safe travels, and wish Andrew Williams and the Blue Eagles good luck and hope they get it done.
Yes, we do. I I seen something else, and I was going to ask you about it, and it is completely. I was listening to it on the way over here, and I said I was going to ask you about that, but I can't even. We've talked about so much other stuff, I can't remember what I was going to ask you. And I walked in the door going to ask you about it, and forgot all about it as soon as I walked in. So, because it was hot, that's why. First thing I said to you is, it seemed hot in here.
It's warm.
It does seem warm in here. I don't know. Maybe that thing's froze up or something. We got to check that out. But
I haven't even checked the extended forecast for weather. Is there any cool weather in the 10-day forecast?
I don't know. Let's look and see.
Or are we still looking 80s and even bumping 90?
I don't know.
For the next couple of weeks.
Let's see.
It is for everyone, Ronald. It's for everyone. Bring your lawn chair, and so the tailgate area is going to open up at 5. Food will be served at 6. Of course, kickoff at 7. The tailgate being put on by the T.R. Miller Athletic Club. Come one, come all. Good morning, Raymond.
Tonight, low of 68.
There you go. It's a little
Tomorrow
better.
night, 66.
These are lows.
Lows, yes. Friday night, low of 68.
What are the highs? Still up around 88, 90?
Yeah. Tomorrow's 90 degrees. Today's 89. Friday's 91. Saturday's 89. Sunday's 89. Seems like about the lowest you're going to see is 68 degrees. I was looking on through next week, and I don't see...
Carol, maybe we'll all get some before too much longer.
Now, this is, I guess...
If you believe the Farmer's Almanac, and I tend to believe it.
I do too.
They say it's going to be a brutal winter. Like I think I read or heard where they're even predicting 2 snows in our area. 2 separate snows.
Wait a minute. Didn't it snow? Didn't it snow? Was it last year or year before?
I think it was last year. No, it was last year.
Yeah.
It was the night after the Christmas parade.
That's right.
The Saturday night.
It was free. That's right. Yeah, that's right.
It snowed that night.
That's right.
Good snow for him.
Yeah. It's stuck on the ground. Snow.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen.
No.
A lot. Let's see. Oh, wow. That's great because Rodney's coming to the game from 13 hours away. Ooh.
Yeah, we can't wait to see him. I'm glad he's going to be able to come in and watch a game.
How about that? Holly Hart. You don't get collards in Birmingham before the game. Well, and it's the Dirty 30. I'm going to tell you something. Bobby Marshall's collards is as good as any you're going to eat.
They're good.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, well, Timmy said he might get his cast off tomorrow.
I hope he does.
Yeah. That's got to be aggravating. I mean, I can't imagine.
I'm contemplating going to the beach Saturday. Seriously.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you probably have it all to yourself.
I went a couple of weeks ago, and I did.
You told me that.
Seriously, the beach was mine.
Second sandbar.
Yeah. I mean, there was nobody.
Hey.
There was nobody.
Did you see the video? I don't know, it was on Drive Time somewhere. I think it was on Drive Time on the page of the dog riding on the dolphin.
I shared it. Yeah. Man,
listen.
We get it all.
Listen. I want to ask a question. First off, how did you get that dog on that dolphin's back?
His name is Rover.
Okay.
And of course, Flipper always shows up. Flipper's a mainstay out there. And they just, they eyeballed each other. And, normally those two would not become friends.
That's a pairing that I can't see.
On the second sandbar, things just happen, man. It's magical.
Well, it happened because I watched that video, and listen, if there's a video of it, you got to believe it. Yeah. And I saw that dog riding that Flipper's back.
Yeah. It happens.
Yeah. So
we had a pony out there several weeks ago.
Yeah. I knew you had at one time I thought you had was it a unicorn or something out there?
A unicorn's been there. Her name's Alexis. She comes up. She's not a mainstay out there, but she shows from time to time.
Flipper's a mainstay.
Flipper's there all the time.
Is that the first time that dog's ever rode Flipper, or has that been something y'all worked on?
No, that was his. So
that's shocked. That was a shocking thing to you.
Nothing shocks me on the second sandbar.
Okay. Well, I guess you're right.
Where miracles happen.
Yeah, like the groove at midnight. Oh man. Yeah, you got to be well for the pygmies. That's right, Timmy. That's good, Connie. Amanda, I'm gonna tell you, man, that was right. Seeing that hammerhead shark on Crab Island, that was a little worrisome, wasn't it?
Yeah, but he wasn't bothering anybody.
Well, I'm not. I agree with you, but I'm saying, okay, let me back up a minute. Let's say hypothetically you was standing in about, I don't know, waist deep water, Crab Island, eating boiled peanuts that you just bought from the boiled peanut boat, and good music, good company. All of a sudden, you see that dorsal fin. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna say, "Hey, it's Flipper," or are you gonna be getting out of that water?
Well, the first thing I would do is I would make sure that all the children were safe. I would make sure that children were safe, and then if there was still time, I would think,
as a child ever been really safe on Crab Island. I mean,
there's certainly different parts there that are not an all ages show.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this though, since they put in you've been going to Crab Island a long time, right?
Yes.
All right, I have to. Since they put the lane down through the middle of it,
yeah,
it seems like it might have calmed down a little bit. Do you think that?
I was there one weekend in early August, and the area I was in was not very calm.
It was pretty rowdy.
It was, yes. It was not an all ages show.
Okay.
It was mature audience only.
Were y'all up in there around some of the houseboats that are?
We were right off from them. Yes.
So that's normally where the crowds are.
Yeah.
Yeah. So so it is still a little. It can get a little wild from time to time.
It did that Saturday.
Well, back in the day, and I hadn't seen this guy in years, but back in the day, old guy would roll up on a pontoon boat, and he had two big black PV speakers on it, and up on the front of it was a pole, and then people, they would line up to get up and dance on this pontoon boat.
I didn't see him, but there was
the boat I'm talking about.
But there was a couple of different platforms out there that were there for dancing, and there was, of course, the music being
so there was some of that going on.
Oh yeah.
So you weren't. That wasn't second sandbar that day. That was third or fourth.
Yeah.
I got you. Okay, well, it is what it is, man. I'm a fan of that. I tell you, I used to be a big fan of Noriega Point, but since they made it to where you can't hardly park around anything to do with it anymore, it's not even fun to go over there.
I'm telling you, the places that I liked is when we were coming in.
Oh yeah,
all the areas out there.
Well, those coves over there where there's no traffic. I mean that is probably some of the better places to go.
Yeah.
And it sounded like that when you were at the beach a couple weekends ago, were you in a place like that, or were you in a public place?
I was in a public beach.
And just no crowd.
There was when I say no crowd, there was nobody.
Wow.
There was nobody. I mean, I think I may have saw somebody down on the horizon. I mean, it was mine.
Wow. That's
and the water was still great.
If you're gonna have the beach, if you come go to the beach, that's awesome to sit there and have it like that.
Yeah,
to hear the waves come in like that, and of course, to just sit there and get your thoughts together and not have to worry about too much.
Yeah,
except making sure you got shoes on when you get back to the car. I want the biggest hamburger you got. And add bacon.
Does it have bacon on it? Give it to me. Throw a large fry in there too, please.
Hey, speaking of bacon, Amanda, the next time you ready to make any more of that candied bacon, let us know. I'll buy how many packs of it you want to make. I'll buy them.
Wasn't it good?
Man,
wasn't it good?
I'm going to tell you something. That's probably the closest thing you're going to eat to crack rock. Seriously. Because I'm telling you, if you had 2 pans of that stuff, you could not eat it all.
Wasn't it called candied black pepper bacon or black pepper?
All I heard was candied and bacon. It may have been called black pepper.
I think it.
All I can tell you is you could have called it whatever.
Yeah,
and it would have. That was delicious.
Yeah, it was.
It was good. And so anytime you're ready, Amanda, don't get us wrong, but we will definitely take care of the bacon to go with that thing. and there's no doubt about that. So how many more? We've got, this is week 6 of high school football.
Week 6.
Okay.
Can you believe that? Week 6. If you want a calendar year to get away from you, start football season.
Man,
I'm just telling you, it just flies by.
I will tell you, the thing that gets me is it seems like it's and the older you get, the years go by faster and faster and faster. And I mean, I remember it seemed like yesterday it was, we was right in the middle of putting out riddles and running all over town, all this kind of stuff. And that seems like it was like 2 weeks ago. It seems like the Dash Bash was like a week. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you don't think about it, time going by as fast as it does.
I was in Montgomery this past weekend. I haven't told you this. I was in Montgomery this past weekend, and I had on my Dirty 30 T-shirt. And 2 people came up, and we started talking, and they referenced our area, and it went to the Dash for Cash.
Really?
And the gentleman was talking about how he was following it on social media, and he was getting so worked up about the clues and getting so frustrated. And he said the insane thing about it is I never went down there. He said, but I was sitting there, it's got to be something. He kept convincing himself he knew where it was, and he's not overly familiar with our area. He has heard of Bruton,
right,
and has been through here going to the beach before. But he said he followed it every step of the way and loved it and didn't participate. And I thought that was kind of cool. I said, well, next year you ought to come down and participate because it's probably going to be a little different next year.
That's kind of like sitting over there while everybody's playing Clue and you sitting over there and listening to it and not playing it.
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of what that is?
Yeah. But it was a neat conversation, and he certainly was commending our area for the way everybody conducted themselves and the way it was handled. And I, of course, invited him to come down next year and said it's going to be set up a little different next year. Yeah. And maybe it'll work out to where you can come play as well.
Like Tracy Miller just said, we're getting ready for the holiday kickoff to I mean, real soon. You got let's see, not this weekend, next weekend, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, you got the PCA rodeo, the Chamber of Commerce rodeo going on.
Homecoming. It'll be it's my reunion year.
Miller's homecoming. That's next week. Yeah. So that's going to be a busy week.
Neil's homecoming's the following week. Flomaton's homecoming was last week.
Where is y'all's party at?
I want to go. I think we're at the Oaks.
Okay.
Saturday. I think there'll be several people coming in on that Thursday, and we'll probably go to Ashley's house. Ashley, we're coming to your house, by the way. And then Friday, after the game, probably go back to Ashley's house. And then Saturday, do a little something in the Oaks.
Let's just keep this between me and you.
Well, have y'all got a big plans, or do you know of anything, or you about like my class? Which
when you get this far out, man, you're just glad to be there, and you certainly enjoy seeing everybody because it's been a while.
I've always had this thing about homecoming that, and maybe this is just a phobia of mine, I don't know, but I don't want to get into those conversations and stand around with people and talk about the people that aren't with us anymore.
I tell you, we've lost a bunch. We've lost a ton.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to put a downer on it. I'm one of these people. Nobody likes funerals. I get it.
Yeah.
I particularly don't like them.
Sure. Man.
I don't like morbid thoughts and things like that. You know what I'm saying? So, that stuff's just always kind of had me, when people start talking about it, I don't understand how people can talk about it so freely. I'm like, I don't want to be part of this conversation. You know what I mean?
It's, speaking of that, and showing up and not seeing everybody for so long, when I was in Montgomery,
at least 200 or 300, Adam.
When I showed up at Montgomery, a schoolmate of ours showed up, Elizabeth Austin.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I hadn't seen Elizabeth in years.
I hadn't seen Elizabeth in 25 years.
She hugged my neck, and I said, Elizabeth, I had to know, did you immediately recognize me? And she said, I did. I said, well, good. I got homecoming here in a week, and I'm trying to figure out if I need to put the name tag up on or what. I said, I've changed a little bit.
The name tag.
The 30 years haven't been good to me, and I need to know if I need to go name tag or not.
Listen,
she said,
man,
no, I knew immediately who you were.
You're a bastion of health.
I mean,
we've talked about it a lot on this show. I mean, you've been gluten-free now for how long? Since we started with the Chevrolet.
Yeah,
since we started in your office.
Yeah, that's right.
You've been gluten-free, I think, since day one.
9 months.
9 months?
Yeah. I feel great.
Yeah, I mean,
sleeping better. Energy.
How can you go wrong?
Feel great.
I mean, there's just no way you can go wrong when you feel that good, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, but that's crazy. Elizabeth Austin. I haven't seen her. Golly, man, it's been a long. She was. I think she was a year ahead of me. I think she was 91. Was she not?
She was. She was a freshman when I was a senior.
Yeah.
But it was good to see her and catch up with her. But yeah, shockingly, she knew who I was.
What is this? 30?
30.
Does it seem like it?
Yeah.
And this one, did 25 seem like 25?
Yeah, probably. You know, the 10 to me was only one that like I couldn't believe it had been 10. Like, wow, we've already been out 10 years. But the rest of them have kind of felt, here we are. Yeah, here we are. And this is probably where we should be.
Yeah.
I will say this. I've enjoyed each time we've gotten together. I've enjoyed it more. Like our 25, and we didn't do anything really. It was just great. I love seeing my classmates. I love seeing them
that you hadn't seen. And
this, even the ones that you didn't spend a lot of time with, they were a part of who you were. And of course, we've lost so many that that factors into you want to see them and talk about it a little bit. But yeah, I love seeing everybody. I do.
Well, I'll tell you what. It's getting hotter by the minute in this place. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I mean it's warm.
There's something going on. I think it's time we
shut it down,
bump it down, and get on out of here. So I'm gonna let you have it.
Hump Day, the best day of your life. Make it that way. Appreciate everybody being in with us this morning. Hope you all go on and have a great day. Look forward to seeing you all in here tomorrow as we keep rocking through the week. Y'all have a great day. Love y'all.
Thank you for tuning in to the Dirty 30's #1 broadcast, Drive Time with DJ and KJ. Tune in next time when you'll hear DJ say,
good morning and welcome to this edition of The Feel Good.